All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get this sidebar area set up, and actually it should be displaying this static information in the sidebar here, which is the same as our WordPress theme, the HTML version of the theme. So what we want to do is to create another widget area that we'll place inside of that sidebar that will pull whatever content we place in there. So let's start with our functions PHP. That's where we're going to add the actual register the sidebar. And we already have some of those registered. The footer widgets are the same exact thing. We're just going to add one to a different part of the theme, but it'll function in the same way. So I'm copying this code and adding another one and just giving it a new name. And let's call it sidebar. So go ahead and save that out. So now, if you X that out and go into your widgets area, let's see, appearance widgets. You've got a sidebar area right here called main sidebar. And I've gone ahead and put in the about me content. This is just copied from the HTML version of the theme. You can drag whatever you want in here. You can put in some categories. On our HTML version, we have a search right here, categories and recent articles. So let's grab recent post here and put a search bar right above that.
I think the recent post is up one more.
Is it? Let's see. Yeah, it's a second thing. You're right. Okay. So let's save that out. So the main sidebar is set up here, but as you notice, this hasn't changed at all. It's still just pulling the static content from our single.php page. So let's go ahead and go into our single.php. And the way this is divided is pretty straightforward. If you, but it's the div ID here is the primary, which is the main column, and then the secondary is the right column or the widget area or sidebar. So let's delete all of these widgets inside of here that are statically putting in content, and we want to put the code in here that will dynamically generate or pull our widgets that we just set up. So we've actually already done that in the footer.php with the 3 widgets we already created.
Right.
So we can grab this code here, which calls the footer1 widget, copy it, and inside of here, paste that, and we'll call it sidebar. And save that out. And now when we update the page, this should all change to be dynamic.
Yeah, and the one thing you'll notice is that we already got our CSS in there. If you're doing this yourself, you're going to have to put your own CSS in there to make this all line up exactly how we have it.
Yes, and since this is an HTML CSS course, we actually went in and made some quick changes to this to make it look a little nicer. Actually, I can show you how we targeted it, but on these list items, I made them all clear bold, gave them a padding bottom, and then removed this list style, which gives them little, what are those called? Little bullets out to the side. So you can add your own styling to make these kind of resemble the styling from this theme. Ours isn't exact, but just to kind of give you an idea of the process you would go through in moving it over to WordPress. That's what it's going to look like. And so we actually had to, you'll have to add the clear both command, because when we remove that, oh, I'm not sure that we have to. Okay. But you can go in there and format those however you want and play with it, because that's something that these classes inside of here are actually something that WordPress automatically generates for like the widget title area, which is right here. We can give it a widget title area of search, for example, and refresh this. And it generates this H2 tag in here. And one thing to talk about, so like this, all of that stuff's editable. You can go in and make, find a function that lets you edit what WordPress outputs. So this would be an H4 instead,
right?
Or whatever. But so you can kind of become familiar with the way WordPress does things, the class names they give things, and learn how to go in and edit them as you go. But for now, we'll just go with this, and we're pretty much dynamic all the way through our single blog page. So we'll go ahead and get done with the blog listing page.
Sounds good.
Talk to you soon.